All right, all right.
Hey.
Hey, hey, hey. We are live. We are live, guys. We are here. We are excited. Welcome, welcome. Tap, tap, tap in. We are here. Woo, woo, woo. I wish we had music, but we
Happy
cannot. We are here. We're excited. Look at Miss Deborah looking gorgeous.
Well, thank you.
Joyce Lee looking beautiful. We have
Hi.
Renee, Miss Deborah. Hi, hi, hi. So, guys,
Hello.
this is the evening. We know this is rush hour. Everyone, they're in their cars, guys. We decided this is the first day of June, and we are just so excited and turned up here because it's so much this, I say summertime, get fit, summertime, right? I mean, we're going to the summer, we're not looking back, we're on our transformation spiritually, financially, physically, okay? So this
Yes.
is really a new season. But guys, we won't hold you long. We don't want to overcook the grits, as we say here. But we do want you to know I'm going to jump this off before I pass over the torch to one of my fabulous sisters. Why this lane chose me and why did I choose this lane? I want to tell you this, guys, okay? This lane chose me because I was laid off, all right? I was broke, I was in a bad place, and I was overweight, right? And this lane and this movement that I'm a part of in this industry, almost 7 years, to be exact, it helped me transform into the woman I wanted to become. I realized that I just wasn't happy with my physical being a lot, and it took away my confidence, right? So when a woman approached me and asked me a question that changed my life forever, I wish I was asked this question years ago. I just never was the same from that point on. And this lane chose me. It chose me. I had to be in a position to where it had to just I had to be chosen. They said the chosen one, right? Why did I choose this lane? I chose this lane because it allowed me and gave me access to serve God. I didn't see myself and had the vision. I didn't have the vision to, be in front of the pulpit as I was raised, but I had the vision to help so many women and men. But ladies, you know how we do here. And so I chose this lane. It allowed me to do that. And then I also realized it allowed me to provide for my family. This lane chose me because I was in a place, I don't have a college degree. I was in a bad place. I don't know if some of you all have been in that place financially. You didn't know what to do. All you had was faith and a prayer, right? And you had a little work in you, with the low confidence and self-esteem and everything on your mind, but you had a little fight in you, a little work in you. That's the place I was in. So I chose this lane because I seen that I can be pulled up out of that situation, right? I started to see vision, and the lane chose me because of the products, because of the system, and I said, you know what? It won't just benefit me and my family, it will benefit other families, right? So this opportunity that I'm in now, in the lane that chose me, and I chose this lane, right? People have this saying, stay in my lane. Look, I'm going to swerve over to any lane, all right, that's calling my name. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to swerve over into any lane. I'm going to blow the horn. You know, you're on the highway, you blow that horn, get out
Yes.
the way because you're going to move over. That's what I'm going to do. I might lose this, but I'm going to keep it clean, all right? Get out the way because I'm coming through. Get out the way. All right. So that's where I was. And so I said I chose this lane because of that. And I'm gonna tell you something. In business, as I grew and became knowledgeable, right? After this lane chose me and I chose this lane with this company, the place I was in, I believe in, moving fast and being the first to build something. I was talking to Joyce earlier and she spoke about, we were having a conversation and, in the beginning there was light and it was darkness first, right? But then there was light. And this movement, Tava, stands for Ark in Hebrew. So it lined up with what I was doing, in the direction and my belief. I also thought about something. Is this going to pull me closer to God or pull me further away spiritually, right? Well, it pulled me closer. That was another decision that I had to make. And what drew me to that, because I had to access a bigger faith in myself. Sometimes we're not put in the position to have to activate that faith, right? That active button, you ever fill out something if it's active, confirm, continue? That sometimes we just stay in the same place. You ever been online and you're doing something and then it just gets stuck and it get froze, right? And
Right.
you click it and nothing going further. Well, let me tell you, I'm in the spirit leading me right now. That it activated my faith. Being a part of Topic allows me to go to another level where I need to be so I can help others. You have to be pulled in the direction to be able to help others. That's what I love about this in this lane, this opportunity chose me. I'm going to give you 4 components when you're making a decision about a business move, an investment move, right? I want you to check this out. I always think about this when before I started my transportation company, photo booth company, and valet garbage company, having contracts with home associations. I thought about these 4 things, right? And every other adventure you're going to see me do, but I'm never going to get out of this lane. Me and Joyce were talking about that earlier. I can't wait till she tells a story about how she got stuck in this lane. And it's 4 components you want to think about in business. Know who you are. Know your personality. Respect your personality. One of my friends from California pointed out something to me, Renee. She said, Ebony, you always like fast money. When I was younger, I would make money fast, doing some things I wasn't supposed to do, but the money came in fast, right? Mm-hmm. Then as I transitioned over into working as an employee, I had 2 jobs, but I learned something in business. And I want you to tag all your business friends who has a business, who want to start a business, who want to keep their business operating. I respect that. These are the 4 things I look at, I think about. Small investment. What I can do with the small investment. What will bring me back a big return? Low overhead. I don't like overhead. I don't like to be stationed in one place. If you know me, my energy on 1,000, I move around. I don't like a lot of overhead either, right? I like overhead of counting money and monitoring clients, but I don't like overhead of, a lot of more bills, right? So, don't get me wrong. As you expand your business, once your business show you that it's time for more overhead because of the expansion, then you don't run away from it. You tap into it and allow that to grow. Don't misinterpret where I'm going. However, starting out, I look at these 4 things, starting a business: low overhead, small investment, right? Fast return. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I look at those for low startup, small overhead, right? Fast return, okay? And I like to save time, right? I love to save time. They can allow me to save money. So I look at those components when I'm starting a business. With this movement and this lane that we're all in, all 4 of us on here, we took a small amount of money and we invested that. Okay. And it brought us back a larger return very fast, right? And it also came with other tools that came free for us to access and grow organically, and also putting a little gas behind it. When we want to go 100 miles per hour, we have that willpower. We have a team that it already comes with, a corporate office that it already comes with, customer service that already comes with. I'm thinking, and so I said, I like this lane. I'm happy this lane chose me. Now I'm going to choose to grow in this lane, right? And expand in this lane. And I can pass this lane down to other people, which is the information and the opportunity. So I want you to think about those things when you're starting something, or you want to get into something, you get a taste of the entrepreneur, or you want to kind of make additional money to fund what you already have going on. Think about the small investment. What can you do to start that you can invest small in? What can you do to bring you back a fast return? What can you do that gives you low overhead, right? Responsibility, right? And what else can you do give you time freedom, right? If that's something you desire, right? So I want you to know this. I've seen people get a lot of overhead, go and get big buildings and businesses, and now what they're doing is they're running 4 to 5 different type of services out of this building that has nothing to do with each other, just to cover the rent. Okay, they have a boutique, but they're running, a tax office. They're running nightclub on Saturdays. They're selling dinners on Sundays. They're doing makeup and having, too much going on because they're trying to cover that overhead. All right. I love this lane that we're all in because it doesn't matter what we do. It does not take us from out of the direction we're going in. Each and every one of us on here, we all have things that we do outside of this lane that connects us together. And you're going to hear about that. So I'm going to turn it over and pass the torch over to my sister, my phenomenal sister, one of my accountability partners as we transform together starting this month. We are losing weight, clearing up our skin, along with our other beautiful ladies here, Miss Deborah, my sister Joyce Lee. Go ahead, Brene. This woman is out of California, a mother, a wife. She has a career that she oversees and monitors a large corporation. However, this understood that, it's always room for more, and her desire to help so many more people. I'm going to let her share that. So I'm going to pass this over to my partner here. All right. Residual income partner, Brene Crabb. Take it away.
Thank you so much. Yes. And right back at you, Coach. I appreciate you for all that you have done for me. Like I always say, you've been here for me since day one. I'm so honored, blessed, and thankful that, you reach down to me. You consistently check on me. You're my accountability partner. You support me. You love me. And I'm just so thankful for you. So right back at you. But yeah, so you guys, we're all here today because, we understand that we chose this lane and we know this lane chose us. And there's a few different reasons, for me, especially why I feel as though I chose this lane. And, it's always been my goal to be a vessel and to walk in my purpose and live in my purpose on a daily basis. And, I come from the mental health space, from the health and wellness space, from all these different spaces where I know my purpose is to help people evolve, grow, and learn. And as soon as that happens for me, I know I can give those same, nuggets to everyone else. And for me, I feel as though, in my mind, I did everything right. I got my degree, pursued my master's degree. I was a fitness trainer because I know the importance of keeping our temple clean and keeping our temple, just filled with fuel that's going to allow us to be our better selves. So I knew that I needed to be in a position where I was going to reach down and help my generations to come because, my parents, they worked their butts off. My father's a longshoreman, my mom's a social worker, and I've seen them work themselves to the bone. And, they're doing great for themselves. They have a beautiful home. Their kids are doing great. Their grandkids are doing great. But I knew that there was other options. I knew there was other avenues to live in my purpose and to be a vessel through God and what he wanted me to do and live in my purpose. Because I just always remember, I was a child. I think it was in the 4th or 5th grade. And I just remember always wanting to volunteer in the special education classroom. I just wanted to be there to help, love, support, and just show people that I can be the bridge and we can all be the bridge to help each other be where we want to be. So it's always been in me to live in that purpose and to live with my passion because there's so many people that need what we have. And one thing that I follow, and I'm not going to take too much time, but one thing that I follow is this terminology called crown. And once I learned this terminology, it completely blew my mind away because we're just not really quite aware of who we are, the spirit that we have, and the energy that we possess. And I feel like, I want to be the voice for women that aren't confident, or be the voice for women and people in general that are stuck and are in a situation where they're not really sure what's next or not really sure what to do. So this terminology of crown is to wear your crown high at all times, whether that's in your daily walk, your fitness, your daily routine, checking in with your accountability partners, being an entrepreneur in your own right and not being afraid to show who you are. So the term crown, C means confidence. Walk in confidence, be confident, no matter who you are, no matter where you are, no matter who you're with, be confident in your ability. And that is something that I love to do. And us for women here, we can say the same thing because it's not easy to walk out on faith. It's not easy to, do the right things and still not end up where you want to be. And then having to just fight for yourself and fight to be an entrepreneur, especially with these last 12, 13 months of what we dealt with. So being confident in yourself, not caring about what the he say, she say, just being grounded and standing for something. The next is resilience. How resilient can we be together? I feel as though when you're resilient, I want to walk in my resilience. I want to share my resilience. And I know all four of us have that same routine, being resilient in your daily walk, not being afraid to love on people. And being an entrepreneur or being in a position where you're working for yourself, we always say you're not by yourself. So just being resilient to just fight for your team. And then being optimistic. I feel as though you can share optimism, a build, break, build situation, no matter where you are in your life, just sharing that and being who you are and grounded in that. And then, so that's pretty much why I chose this lane. I was an athlete my whole life, and I know the importance of health and wellness. And I shared last week that, I was a collegiate athlete, NCAA athlete, and I was never told the importance of certain things, detoxing, taking your vitamin, really doing what you need to do. So just sharing the wealth that we have and sharing what we have and just taking it a day at a time. So I'm not going to take up too much time, you guys. Just remember who you guys are. Be a leader in your own right. Don't be afraid for. Walk in faith. Walk in your right. Know what lane you're in and just be in it 100% of the time. Fearless. So I am going to pass the torch to my beautiful sister, Miss Joyce Lee, out of Tallahassee. And I was telling her earlier today on the phone that, outside of my small little group that was formed early on, Joyce is my first friend on Facebook that I met. So I'm super excited to introduce this beautiful young lady with her beautiful red lipstick, girl. I'm gonna have to know what you got on. But let's pass the torch to you, Miss Joyce Lee.
That lipstick is beautiful.
Y'all, it's popping.
It's popping.
It's popping. You gotta put me up on that.
Look,
Yeah.
I will. I have all different types of shades of reds, right? I've tried the nude, I've tried the black, I tried the purple, but none of those work for me. You know what I'm saying? So, it's always one of those lipsticks which you always got to go back to. I was like, you know what? This is my color. I'm going to stay in my lane, and I'm just going to make sure I stay with the red. So, ladies, oh my God, it's such a blessing to be on this platform with each and every one of you leaders that is paving the way for everybody who we come in contact with, and I tell you why I chose this lane and why this lane chose me. Oh my God. I was on the phone with my sister, Eddie Henderson, earlier today. We had a great conversation, and we've been having a pretty good conversation. That's why I love this industry, man. That's why I love this lane, because it's not like your typical corporate world where you can't, if you go to work, if you get, if you have a falling out, well, I'm just gonna keep it candid. That's all I know how to be, But if you have a falling out with someone at the corporate level, you're either going to be fired, rolled up, or either one. But one thing about this lane is that you can come in, because I've been in this lane. It started back in 2009, 2010, in previous companies I've been involved. But one thing about it is that you can meet some beautiful people, beautiful women and men, that can be able, because I'm always in the learning, aspect. I don't claim to know everything, but at the same time, I love this industry because it allows you to come back full circle, because when you come back full circle, and then one thing about life is you got to know how to forgive people. You got to look within yourself. I didn't even know I was going to go this direction, but you have to learn how to look in yourself. And when you do look within yourself and say, okay, look, everybody is human. We know that. We're not perfect on any aspect or any level. I have a best friend in Jacksonville, and I remember when her and I had a falling out years ago, but we come back together and we laugh, and then we have talked about it and we have moved on. And even with that being understood, you have to understand that's how you have to be in business. You have to be in business. I like when Ebony says, when she tells the men, be men in business. But as women, we have to be women in business too, And when we know that, and when we choose this lane, because one thing about it is, I did not know. I did not know this pandemic we was going to be going through this. I did not know this was going to happen. And what happened was one morning I woke up. Why I chose this lane? Actually, this lane chose me. And let me tell you why it chose me, because my sister Ebony, she gave me a call. I love to share the story because that's what happened. She gave me a call. I'm gonna back up a little bit more, right, Ebony? And you could take your phone off or unmute so we can talk together too if you
All
want,
together, yes.
because it was back in what, 2014, 15. We was in Jacksonville
Yep.
together, and
Mhm.
we met each other for the
We
very
built a
first time. That's
relationship.
what this lane, we built a relationship throughout the years, you know. And not only did we build a relationship, but she kept in contact with me. It may not have been every day, but I would hear from her. And that's what this thing is all about. Because when you are really, remember now, nobody's not perfect. We are all human beings. Just like how you want God to forgive you, you got to forgive yourself and you got to forgive other people too. Okay. So not only that, and I thank God for Ebony just keeping in contact with me over the years, because she called me about another opportunity. I don't know. And then when she called me about what we are doing now together, it has definitely been a blessing, because you know why? I was overweight, I was fat. Everybody who knows me that I have a kiosk in the Government Square Mall, and I love all my customers, and I thank you guys for supporting me even through the pandemic, even before the pandemic, even when I started this journey. And I was a size 18, 218 pounds. It was just unbelievable. And one thing about it is that we have something that can help everybody, you know, whether you're trying to, because I needed to lose weight. I needed to lose weight. And, we all get in a relationship. We all get in a place in our lives where we have depressed moments, and
And
that's
give
where
up.
I was. Yeah, I wanted to give up. And that's where I was. And the Lord used Ebony to give me a call. And guess what, y'all? I didn't say yes at first. That's the crazy thing about it. That's the crazy. I was in Orlando,
Mhm.
Universal Studios, and I said, you know what, Ebony? I said, let me get back to Tallahassee. And when I get back to Tallahassee, I'm going to look into it and I'm going to come on board. And it was November of 2019. I went live. I did my first live video on these amazing, amazing products that we have here. And I said, you know what? I know it's going to work or not, but I'm going to see if it works for me. I know it will work for you. And that's exactly what happened. And so when I lost over 45 pounds in 3 months, oh my God, I knew we was on to something. I say, girl, Ebony, I'm sold. You know,
So,
I'm sold. And
but
I
you know what
tell
I
you,
love about it, George? You know what shocked me, but I was like, okay, this is really it. You had
hmm
closed on your home, right?
hmm
And then
hmm
after you're closing your home, most people they kick into gear to really, really hustle, right?
uh-huh,
But what did you do after you joined Tava? You closed your home about a couple of days later, I believe, right?
uh-huh.
A week or two. I'm not sure. And then what did you do like in the beginning of the year of 2020 before we got any news that the world was shutting down? What did you do?
I retired from my city job. I retired,
Woo, I
you know,
knew it's
and
been over
I,
a year.
yeah,
Congratulations.
yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I'm tell you, it's not been an easy road, but when you are diligent and when you have faith, like my sister Brene, she mentioned earlier, you got to have faith in this type of thing. Anything that you're doing, you have to have faith. You have to write those goals down. You have to look at it. I have my goals plastered on my wall. When I wake up in the morning, I go to my kitchen, I look at it, because it has to stay in front of you at all times. I know that for a fact. This is my birthday month, the month of June. This is my birthday month. And I thank God every single day for allowing me to be here on this earth, and to bless so many people, touch so many lives since I have been in this industry for over 12 years now. And it has not been hey, everything is not perfect though. But but like I say, I love what I do. I love what I do. I love meeting men, women from all walks of life, and just building relations, with people. And one thing about it, and back to what you were saying, Ebony, is yeah, when I decided to make that decision, and one morning, it was a Saturday morning, I said, you know what? And I'm going to do a video too, ladies and gentlemen, on how to do certain things, how to, open businesses, even with kiosks, and because I've got a lot of calls, how do you do that? How do you do it? And th- listen, it's coming because it's so easy because you can be the number one person in your city to be able to do something like that, and it's easy. One thing about me is I'm going to go for it. If it doesn't work, okay. What doesn't kill you make you stronger, right? And so one thing about my mom, Deborah Former, who's on this live with me, I say, who better than her to be on this platform with me? Nobody but her, because she's been there. Ebony, you've been there. Renee, you've been there. So this is a perfect platform for us women to come together and talk about what why we stayed in this lane and why we chose this lane, why this lane chose us, And and when we talked earlier, and I said, oh my God, we talked about this, and we also I'm gonna mention this too, and it's just like, and let me tell you something, guys, being in this lane is like being in a relationship. It's oh my God, it's just like being in a relationship. When you know that somebody it may not work out, you try to back off and but but it pulls you back in, right? This industry, this lane is just like that. And it's like, I see why I got in this relationship. You know what I'm saying? It be like that. Right, ladies? Right?
Yeah, you
Look,
trying to get out of it. You've
yes.
been in here for 14 years, and I'm like, you tried to get out of this lane. You started other careers. You worked other jobs, built up.
Uh-huh.
I'm talking about from the county, working nice government jobs and everything. But you just look where you are now, retired from that, in this
Yeah,
lane, doing whatever God led you to do and helping other people. So you're right. It's you can't get
yes.
away from it.
You can't get away from it. Oh my God, you can't get away from it. And like I love having candid conversations because that's what it is. It's just a conversation. And if any one of you that's out here in the social media world, and if you hear, listening to us and something just hit you, you need to get in contact with any one of us, you know, and that's why we here. That's why we do this because we will connect with you. We will, something that I may have said, something Ebony have may have said, something Renee had may have said, and my mom's going to come on next later, and something that you may resonate with any one of us. And once that happens, don't be scared because when you feel your heart tugging on you, you want to listen to that. Because I do know one thing. I'm about to be 40, the big 40, June 9th. Oh my God. Yes. And all these years,
You look
I do
so
know
good. I'm
one
sorry.
thing. Girl, it's the Botox.
You ain't got no boy. The the valet 30 to my Botox. You
It's
ain't got no
the look,
Renee.
right. No, it's this valet
Oh, the
30.
biotin.
The biotin, baby. It's the biotin. It's
Yes,
the
it's a
biotin
valid
for
time.
me. It's
woman
the
said,
biotin for me.
Yes,
Somebody
Yes.
for me, yes.
that valet 30.
Oh my gosh. And I tell you, ladies, I just, I'm not going to, overcook your grits, and I I love that terminology,
But you
overcook your
gonna fry
grits.
the eggs. Fry the eggs.
Fried eggs. We're gonna fry them eggs, baby. You like them
Friday,
look over easy, scrambled with cheese.
Honey side up.
I love my
Sun
heart.
side
Turn my
up.
heart, please.
Right, period. And so
Mhm.
I tell you, and I say, you know what? when you once you know, you got to know what your calling is. You got to know what God has blessed you with, and I know what God has blessed me with, and that gift is to touch each and every person that comes into my life, whether we connect or not, whether we decide to go our separate ways, either or, whether you're in this industry or not in this industry. I just hope that you take something away, and I take something away from you as well, because one thing about me, everybody know. Hey, I get mad times, but I get over it.
That's why we're sisters. Might disagree, love,
Yes,
hug, have fun. Okay, misunderstanding. All right, go off. All right,
yeah,
and then back on like
yeah,
we are now.
yeah.
Healthy
Right,
relationship.
right.
Yes.
That's what it is, Ebony. Because that has happened with us, and that's what the people want to hear. And guess what?
If we keep it
We back
real,
on it. We keeping it real.
back
That's
on
why I
it.
love candid conversations, because we gonna have our falling outs. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And that's all a part about, again, when you're in a relationship with a man or a woman, when you're dating, you're gonna have falling outs, right? So
Mm-hmm.
just like in business, it's not gonna be perfect. If it's perfect, something wrong. Y'all got normal. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
but at the end of the day, you want to love, you want to give one another, and keep it moving, make money together, build relationships together, change the world together, and being able to touch someone. I hope I've covered things. I hope I covered some things. If I haven't if you wanted me to cover something else, just
You
say
are,
it.
listen, I love it. You are covering
Yeah.
everything. You are letting the spirit lead you. And listen, why you chose this lane, why this lane chose you. I love it.
Mhm. Mhm.
Now, you see
Mhm.
from the beginning to the end. I know the Joyce Lee
Yes.
story, okay? The book. I'm just waiting on the book to read the book.
Yo!
I heard the story.
Oh my
Book
God!
Renee, we gotta
Everybody
read the
says
book.
that.
Right for the
Look,
book, Miss
woo! I
Deborah.
gotta,
Me
I
too.
gotta
I've
be
been telling
careful.
about that book.
Okay. Whoa! That book. Is it a tell-all book? Cause baby.
Tell all. That's this is a tell all, tell it all. Nothing is cut out. All right.
That's
Nothing is sugarcoated. Everything. You heard what Joy said. So we're here for it.
We're here for it. Okay. So the next person I want to just move out the way. The next person I want to introduce the world to is this woman who met my father in 1980 in the church, right? I was born in 1981, right? And I was raised by two beautiful people. He's passed on now, but this woman here been by my side. Listen, again, we don't always get along either. Ain't that right? We don't always get along, but
True.
one thing about it though is that my mom been by my side since day one. She don't like everything I do, but that's not my own place. But listen, but that's why I love can conversations. But one thing about it, my mom has been there for me and for my friends, and she's just, I mean, I just seen her blossom in this lane. I was talking to her this morning. I said, Mom, you have come a long way, you know, and I tell you, I have seen her go from being an introvert. Now she's a Gemini too, but she a different type of Gemini. I think she's an old school Gemini. And so, yeah. And so I see her come from being an introvert to an extrovert sometimes, you know, and just being able to blossom in this industry and sell product, follow up with her customers, make $100 to $200 a day. I'm like, okay, girl, let me get about $2. And so I have just been able to, it's just been a blessing. But even if you touch one person, it has made me smile, because, and that's another thing why this industry chose me, because I see that what I do and what we do to help people to be able to believe in themselves. I see it just in my mother, being confident, because one thing about this lane, it allows you to be confident. It allows you to do things that you normally wouldn't do, you know? And I tell you, Mom, Deborah Farmer, thank you for every single thing that you have done for me. And I'm gonna keep on thanking you, even though I may not talk to you every day, maybe
That's
once
cool.
a
That's all
week or
right.
every 2 weeks.
Okay.
But you know I love you. And I just
Love you
want to
too.
bring her next up, Deborah Farmer from out of Tallahassee, Florida. Thank you for being on this panel with us. How are you tonight?
I am wonderful. Thank you all for having me. It's such an awesome experience. And I just thank God for it. And I thank God for Ebony and thank God for Miss Brittany. Is that correct, right?
Brene.
And also,
Brene.
I'm sorry, Brene. And also Joyce. And I thank God for having Ebony to introduce this lane, which
Right.
is Tava, to her. And then once Joyce got on board, she said, Mom, this is something else that I want you to take a look at. I said, okay. What is it now? But anyway, usually if I'm going to try the products. And I'm so glad she introduced this product to me, which is Tava, especially the Valet 30. And she says, she says that it brought me out. Sometimes the things you go through in life, it hides, you covered up, you won't say nothing or whatever, all the life experience. But what I like about being in Tava and also being around young and old is that I get to meet people. And then too, by able to meeting people, I began to tell them about the product. At one time, I was like 220. By taking the product, which is the Valet 30, this is one of my favorite thing. Can you see Valet 30? This is my favorite. Can you see it? I take one shot, and I already got it ready. Look here, one shot.
Okay, now.
Because I got some work to do tonight. What is it? And and to give me that energy, girl, the flare. Better than the 5
Yes.
hour. Better than the 5 hour. I love the flare. Everything is all natural. And what's so crazy about it is that I meet young and old. I said, have you ever heard about this tea, the detox tea? The what tea? Look at him. The Fascia. The Fascia. Never heard about it. There's a lot of people out there, young and old, constipated. And I tell them, I said, all you need to do is this. I don't care how if you're fat or skinny, but you got to have a bowel movement. And with the toxins and different things and the way food are being processed today, this is what's going to help us. And that's one reason why I chose this lane and why I'm in this lane, because of these products. And if you need to be, you can't go to sleep, I found out, look at here, I got that Capri coffee. Now, if you just want a double dose, you put the Fascia in one of these Capri coffees, you're going to have a Tava lava experience. You ain't got to go to no doctor to get a colonoscopy and all that stuff like that. You understand? We got products that's easy to digest, just with a bottle of water. You don't have to pay the products. You don't have to pay the pharmacist. You could be in business for yourself, but by yourself. And that's one reason why I chose this name, because I love the products. Products are good. I've been in multi-level marketing ever since 1978, off and on. But this is my time. Everybody got a time. And I thank you all for inviting me on this platform. Thank God for Ebony, and God bless all of y'all.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I love it. I love it. I love it. From an introvert to an extrovert, right? Okay.
Right.
It
You
I
right.
love
right.
You
it.
got it.
I am right.
You got
Okay.
You got it.
I love it. So that lets you know we can do all things. Okay. All
Amen.
things. Yes, through him, through strength
Amen.
through Christ. So that's the lesson. So I love the testimonies. Thank you, ladies. It's a blessing to have locked arms with each and every one of you. This was amazing, life-changing justice experience. This is another reason why I chose this lane, okay? Or why this lane chose me. I love it. Great from hearing from all of you. Guys, thank you for joining us and have a great evening.
Thank
And
you
we'll
for
catch you
inviting me.
tonight. You're welcome.
All right.
Have a
Thank you.
great evening.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Woo!
Love y'all.
Woo.